start this. So good to see everybody today, ladies. And I think we found out that Jim is, where's he? Greece?
Venice.
Venice.
Yes.
Okay. So he's probably not going to jump on the call today.
I think so.
We were kind of like, would he jump on the call? Now, Linda is actually in, where is she? She told me, I can't remember
An
where
island
she is.
in Florida.
She's
North Carolina.
South Carolina, North Carolina. Okay.
Yes.
So she and I have been connecting a couple times because she's been helping me with a couple things, but I did not anticipate she would jump on today either. But I heard great things about last week. So I'm excited, and I just really, truly, as far as what we did at the Taste of the Chamber, we made some really good connections that I think are going to turn into some things. And I would just encourage you, if you've got things that you can go to locally or get on these, just definitely don't discount anybody. They kind of rule themselves out eventually. but there are ways that, there's some people that we made connections with that I think are going to be big deal. So anyway, let me pull up really quick. We're going to go through this. And I did have it. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to do this very quickly. We're just I'm trying to act like we're professional. I am professional. I'm trying. Okay, so I don't know if you realize, but today is the last one that we're going to do right now. When we set this up, the Success Connect Mastermind, I would love it to go on and on forever and ever and ever and ever, but we can't do that because there's other programs and other things. There's only so many hours in the week. I just cannot believe. I used to think, I've got so much time. No, we don't have any time at all. And and I know you're all dealing with your own schedule, and thank you so much for being a part of this. Today, our agenda is basically, I want to welcome you. You're going to have to fill me in a little bit on your captain commitment. Then we're going to talk real briefly about the last couple, and really very briefly. And then I'm just going to ask you one question that we want to just kind of get some input. And then I'm going to give you homework. Probably not. I'm joking. We're not going to do homework, but there is some stuff that I want to share. And everybody in this group, I just want you to know that when we started the mastermind. We've had like 3 or 4 different groups of mastermind people. Angie has been part of that, and Nicole, you've been part of everything because it all kind of started with the pandemic. And every group just is so cool. There's so many things that I take away, and I literally like, what could we do next? What could we do? So thank you for being a part of this. And I hope that you will not leave us at all, because we do have other things that are coming up and everything. So, but we're going to go into real quick. Let me see if I can let me do this. Let's stop share. Do you have, did you have Captain Commitment? I know Jim's not here. I just call it Captain Commitment. Do you have some things? Anybody have a real big win from last week or anything? After working with Linda, did you come up with anything that was really big for this? Or do you have a commitment you made last week that you just like want to share? What do you think?
Well, I got a warm lead, and I was really excited about that. So
warm lead, awesome. So what does that mean?
So that means instead of having normally what would occur is if you were to just meet someone on the street or whatever, that would be a cold lead, and you have to warm chat them up before you can start introducing a product or whatever. Whereas a warm referral from someone that you know that chat you up for them, so
right.
Like, yay. So I have a little bit of work to do. I'm excited.
And you know what, Danielle, there's a guy that has been, he is with Redox. Do you know Redox? You know that product? It's like a cellular health product. And I mean, what you guys do is, how do you convince somebody? So to get a warm lead to somebody who's not, who already is like already there, ready to talk to you. That's exciting. Because he was saying, well, what should I do? And I said, you just got to keep sharing because he's got MS. Is it MS? But anyway, he was telling me he's Mr. Possibility Man. He's got a YouTube channel and all this stuff. And I'm like, you just have to keep sharing it. And I said, do you tell everybody? Because he is handling his MS really well because of this redox. I said, are you telling people this? Anyway, I don't know how he does it. Anybody else? That's really exciting. Danielle, very exciting. What do you guys think?
I've actually gotten a couple brand new Everett users. I'm trying to remember when. Yeah, this past week while I was on vacation. Okay, so I left Thursday, the 23rd, and I got 3 orders while I was on vacation. One of them is a new customer. One, I was counting up how many new customers. 2. Well, a lot of these are current customers, but anyway, I need to do a count, but I feel like one of my big pushes for the beginning of this year was how many new customers am I going to get?
Yeah.
And so I haven't done the official count, but it's pretty good. And most of it has come through networking. So
yay. Well, you're doing a lot of it. Good for you. Cool.
but it's like you're on vacation and you're feeling kind of guilty because you're not really touching your business every day. And I'm like, oh, there's an order. Oh, wait, there's a text. Here comes another order. Like, okay,
yeah,
that's work done weeks ago.
Right. So you're planting the seeds well before, and the harvest just happens to fall when that's pretty exciting. Cool. Anything else, guys, ladies?
I've been saying how much I've been wanting to listen to Danielle's podcast, and I got to listen to one, and I highly recommend it.
Oh, cool.
It is adorable. It is her and her hubby, Renee, which is really cool because I have one of my cats is named Renee. After the Breaking Dawn movies, we have Renesmee. So we have a Renee and a Nesmee. But,
oh my gosh, I love that series.
So but it was really cool. I truly enjoyed it. It was the banter, it was fun, it was light, and it was really good. So
cool.
I'm very excited. So yes,
well
done.
Keep your eyes open, because I've asked Danielle to help me with a new program we're doing, and I'm not going to tell you much about that because she and I have to still get together on that, but because her energy is really what we're needing and so just excited. So I'm glad to hear that, Nicole. Where did you fit that in around everything else?
When I get ready, when my makeup.
Oh, okay, good for you.
Because on a Monday night, I listen to the calls live. We have every Monday night we're sending out cards. We have different calls, corporate calls, and Jordan's call. And so because of that, it freed up some other time. So, and I'm just getting ready and,
Good for you. Cool. Yeah. I was really wondering, Diane, did you hear anything with Linda that gave you some ideas? I just kind of wondered, because I think you have so many things that probably are partnerships in the making, right? With all the stuff that you were able to do.
Yeah, there was a lot of good information there. Just about making connections, and if you're doing any kind of joint venture, to make sure you put everything in writing. And how partnering with the right person can make you look good.
The wrong person can make you look bad.
Yes. And that's actually good, because for my Aflac business, I'm trying to recruit some brokers. A lot of our business is coming from relationship with brokers. It means I have to split some of my commission with them, but they give me access to their book of business and they bring me in. So so that was really important to do that. In fact, next week there's a 3 or 4 hour training on how to work with brokers. So I'm looking forward to that.
Good, cool. I'm actually kind of jealous because I've been working with Linda for like 9 months or something, and she still hasn't shared joint venture stuff with me. I don't know why I'm the last one on the list, but
you're gonna get there. You're gonna get there.
Hey,
you're going up some steps.
I know. A couple of weeks ago, I said, let's talk about this joint venture thing. And she said, we'll do that in another. And then I find out she's sharing it with you guys. I'm like, wait a minute. I don't quite
Well, you were
understand.
supposed to be on that call and you would have heard it too.
I know. I'm just giving her a hard time. She brings a wealth. So I am just glad that she's been part of this. And I mean, obviously I would encourage you. And I know Angie sent out a wonderful email to all of our members. And I don't know if everybody, other people, but as far as TTR goes, she's got this wonderful profit acceleration thing. And it just opens your eyes to a lot of things. This group's a little different because everybody's kind of at different, you're not like trying to figure out what you're doing necessarily. You're just trying to, what else can I do? Or things that I can do to, we're all kind of, I just feel like there's so much in this group that I'm so glad she's a part of this. So, but I will just go back to real quick. I wanted to first, anybody, anything else? I don't want to miss anything because I kind of jumped around.
Oh, I wanted to ask Angie too about the that thing we did, that assessment. Was it this call that was the assessment?
You know what? I have a list of people who took the assessment, and it's only, I think it was supposed to be for TTR leaders.
Yeah, and
It's
only
only
so many.
Oh.
Nicole, Jennifer, Dawn, and Kim are the only ones that have taken it. Jennifer, didn't you have yours read already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that is something, I don't know if we talked about it, but it's kind of like a disc, but I don't want to compare it to a disc if it's way up here and discs down, Angie, can you
Yeah,
talk?
basically it's an assessment, just like DISC is, just like Myers-Briggs is, just like the Enneagram is, that kind of thing. This one is more accurate than any of those, and it's used specifically on a consultative basis with small business owners. Like, it's not used for widespread anything, anybody, but it's super accurate. And it only takes a few minutes, and it's not 75 questions like some of the assessments are, but yeah, it's like the Mercedes of the industry.
And your
And how can I
husband,
get results? Oh, sorry.
no,
Yeah, we have the charts. It's just a matter of, I didn't know how many people you wanted to complete it before we bring him to, if we schedule a separate Zoom call, or if we have him come in one of your leader days.
well, what I'm thinking is maybe that's a good question, Nicole. Maybe Diane and Danielle would want to take it, and then we could schedule just say we're going to have Patrick on a Zoom call and the people that took it.
Yeah, just invite Dawn and Kim to it too.
Yeah. And
I'll
if
put the link in the chat here for the survey. You're gonna have to give me a minute to pull it up though, because I don't.
and I
know.
might have to share because I'm not sure that no, there you go. Okay. Oh, that doesn't matter because you can put it in the chat. It's very accurate. It was almost creepy how accurate it was because
It really
I didn't
is.
think that, and her husband does this for a living. This is what he does, and it is pretty amazing because I had never really, I think I met Patrick once or twice, but we didn't talk, and he then read the whole thing. But anyway, what I wanted to do really quick too, while she's putting it in the chat, is just kind of revisit a couple things really quick. Yeah, let's see here. I think this is where we were. So we're going to go there, but then I hope. So really quick, we've just, oh shoot, now I gotta go back. I am not good at these PowerPoints points. So we've talked about a lot of the principles. I just want to end up today, we're kind of taking it out of order, but literally, if you went out and bought the Jack Canfield, the success principles of how to get from where you are to where you want to be, the main principles, he's got 67 of them. I think it's 67 or 68, but these are the top ones. And we started with take 100% responsibility, be clear why you're here. We went through a lot of stuff, decide what you want, believe it's possible. I mean, these are all things we need to be working on anytime, all the time. Unleash the power of goal setting, release the brakes. That's basically those limiting beliefs, the things that we kind of tell ourselves, even though we think Why, why are we not going? Well, because I'm not capable. Well, yes, you are. You have to tell yourself. See what you want, get what you see. Yes, guess what? Get what you see. Now, one of the things that the affirmations are really kind of in there in the mix, but act as if. So the affirmations is where you say something in present time and you believe it. And if you do it, your subconscious doesn't know the difference. So if you're saying, I want to make, or I need to make more money, no, you don't want to say something like you want to say it as though it is happening and it is the current state. So you act as if. Jack Canfield does this wonderful, wonderful thing on, anybody wants to go look at it, I'll be happy to give you the login information, but in the training, he shows this thing where they have a party that is like a futuristic party this was before pandemic, 5-10 years down the road. What are you doing 5-10 years down the road? People come to this party as though it's 5, I think he did 10 years, but 5 might be more realistic. What do you see yourself doing in 5 years? And people come in with a book cover that they've written this book, or there's so many things you could do, but you have to, I'm not explaining it very well, but the party is like one of the training, kind of the ultimate things at the end. They have this party where everybody gets together and they dress as if they are doing what they're going to be doing 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road. And people, have written these books, or they are now, the owner of Amazon or something, just, living as if. Taking action, we talked about, and I really think this group probably doesn't even need to be reminded of taking action because you're already doing it. By being in a group like this, you're taking action. Just don't let fear get in the way. Don't let your limiting beliefs get in the way. Just go out there. We talked about a couple different things over the last couple of weeks. And today, really quickly, I want to just talk about feedback and uncommon appreciation. And those are the top ones. Number 53 is what practice uncommon appreciation. If you've ever met anybody who appreciates people, it's Nicole Williams. Every time.
No, it's you and Angie and everybody.
It's like every time you talk to her, she's always thanking everybody. You just need to be very appreciative. If what you send out comes back, it is no question at all. But they did want to talk about today is the feedback. And let me just say, once you start taking action, the next thing that happens is, I'm going to read this right from Jack Canfield. Once you begin to take action, you'll start getting feedback, whether you're on track or wrong, or if you're on the right track or not. You'll get data, advice, help, suggestions, directions, even criticism that will help you consistently adjust or constantly adjust and move forward while continually enhancing your knowledge, abilities, attitudes, and relationships. But asking for feedback is really the first part of the equation. So how you respond to feedback can make all the difference in how successful you are at achieving your goals. It's kind of a no-brainer, but I'll tell you, when I was an insurance agent, I didn't want to ask for feedback because I didn't want to know. I don't know if you guys have any thoughts on that, but I really hated. I did not want to ask people. I knew that they were with me the majority of the time because my rates were cheaper. Not because I was the greatest insurance salesman, but I could give them really good rates. I was with AAA. I did sell Aflac, and I know Diane and I've talked about that. But I didn't like the fact that there was a lot I couldn't control. And I did find out later in my insurance world that they really did kind of like me, and they would stick with me even though the rates weren't the best. So I don't know if anybody has any thoughts on there's external feedback, which is the kind of stuff like, receiving a bonus check or having people order Angie, when you're on vacation. That's good feedback. You did something right, Let's see, internal is when you are feeling good, you can go to bed at night, those kind of things. External feedback that might not be so good, I'm kind of jumping back and forth, but if you got a rejection letter or you get complaints, or internal would be, so we're talking about feedback in general. Your body knows. So at the end of the day, if you have a headache, maybe you're nauseated. I mean, what do you do with these kinds of feedback? Anybody got anything you would like to share about feedback? I mean, I learned that feedback was good. I looked at it as opportunities after I'd been through it for years and years. I don't think I really wanted feedback. Anybody got any ideas? Any thoughts?
One thing I did learn was to not truly internalize it one way or the other, to not make it, to not let that indicate my worth. That was one thing, because for a long time, because I'm a people pleaser.
Yeah.
people pleaser, rule follower, and all the things, until I'm not, but up until that point I am. So what I found was I was always looking for people. I would look for feedback, but I wouldn't ask, because I always learned people will never tell you when you're doing something right, but they will always tell you when you're doing something wrong. So as long as I waited to hear nothing. If I heard nothing, I knew I was doing fine. But when I did hear something for a while, before I learned to not internalize it, it was, oh my gosh, I'm a horrible person. I can't believe it. I should just go jump off a cliff,
Right.
But then, finally I realized, okay, it's not me. It may have been a mistake I made, but I can change that. I can fix it. But in truth, that was a process.
Right. Oh, exactly. Anybody else? I mean, that's great.
So
I
think that when you're in the service industry, it's much easier to feel that, because it is isn't you, but maybe you just weren't right for them. When you're in a products industry, teaching yourself that it's not you, it's the product, or it's their love for whatever they're already using, trying to get someone to switch. It's not a rejection of me necessarily. But one thing that I got feedback from someone on a networking call, and I don't remember what call it was. I was talking to someone who wanted to try our cleanser and loved the mission of ever being clean and clinically proven, but she's super happy with her chemical moisturizer. She doesn't want to change. And it happens to be the brand I used to be with. So I know that it's good. I know it's very effective, but anybody who's concerned with ingredients should really know what they're putting on their skin. And so somebody gave me feedback, and I'm like, I didn't know what to say to that. Like, if they love it, I've always been, if you love what you're using and you're happy with your results, then I'm not here to change it unless you're concerned about ingredients. And somebody said, well, why don't you ask what they love about what they're using? And I'm like, oh my gosh, that is network marketing 101. I learned that many years ago and didn't think to ask. And when I did, she said, I love that it's 2-in-1. It's anti-aging and the SPF protection. I'm like, yeah, so is ours. Would you like to try some? So I wound up sending her a sample, but it was like one of those, it's a lot of times it's not rejection or no, it's they don't have all the information in front of them.
Okay, so that is that's a great one. And how many of us, know, not that it may not be the right time, but it may just be they don't have the right information. And boy, I mean, anybody that has any kind of, like me, have any, low self-esteem. I'm not now as much as I did back then when I was in insurance, but every time somebody would reject me as an insurance agent, it just, you're thinking, well, what did I do wrong? I didn't do any, but it, now years later, exactly what Angie said. Yes, it was insurance. And I really respect the people that can do a good job at it, because there were so many, you want to help everybody. And And I would hear somebody repeat, I was selling them something and they'd repeat it back to me, or they'd be sharing, and I'd realize they didn't understand what they were buying. And then I'd have to tell, and then I hated that. So I don't know, Diane, maybe you can speak to that, but that's really hard. I mean, you have a product, Angie, knowing your product, and Diane, knowing the intangible of insurance. How do you work through that? I don't know. I'm just putting it out there. What do you think?
Yeah, you have to find their pain points, and you have to get them feeling emotional about it. People buy emotionally, but you have to really focus in on what their needs are, and what do they worry about going bankrupt if they have a big medical event? Do they know anybody who's gone through cancer and battled it for 5 years and then maybe lost their house because they couldn't pay the mortgage? So I try to get people to see themselves in it. We talked about this last week, as one of the things that Linda suggested was, and I do it already, but using third-party stories, giving actual examples helps people. Yeah, because people don't want to spend money for something unless they really. I mean, I don't create fear. I just show them reality, and I do that by telling them about either policyholders who bought something and then got a cancer diagnosis and didn't lose their house, or somebody who didn't buy it and was in their 30s and lost all of their savings that they had been saving up for a down payment on a condo. Went through all of her savings because she didn't buy disability.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. So, I mean, I use real life stories like that. And, sometimes that clicks in people's heads,
Right.
Another thing I wanted to mention is, I don't know if any of you have heard of the IR theory, the individual in the role. I've taken a lot of Sandler training classes. This is one of the things. It talks about separating yourself from your role. You're always a 10 as an individual, but your role today is in your job might be a 7, or your role as a parent might be a 6.
Oh,
So
good.
you need to always, look at your individual, and those things, have their ups and downs, but you are always, so you can't personalize that rejection, and I know in any kind of sales, you get a lot of rejection. It's just like, okay. And no is one step closer to a yes. And maybe it's not right for them now, but maybe.
Right. Do you ever have somebody that you wish that you had said no to? We talk about it in our networking groups every once in a while. It kind of comes up. Have you ever tried to fire somebody, or you want to fire them, but you've already,
I've got a policyholder now. God, I would love to fire.
So maybe when somebody says no, maybe you should say, is this a sign? Maybe this isn't the right fit. You keep educating, you keep dripping, you keep doing what you're doing. It's just like this redox guy, Danielle, that I said, you just got to keep sharing, because you yourself are the success story. You cannot give up. You've got to be, and that's one of the things I had written down. Be persistent, practice persistence. He's got that, Jack's got it all through but you have to do it. And I know Angie and I or Angie knows this, but 144 publishers he went to before he got his book published, the Chicken Soup for the Soul series, and 144. So if he had stopped at 143, he would have never gotten it done. You have to believe that you are, that if you believe in what you are doing, then it doesn't matter. And now, if you're being cruel to people or something, you're probably not, I don't know. You guys aren't the people who are doing that kind of stuff. But, I would just say be persistent, feedback to your advantage. If somebody just doesn't want to work with you, there might be a reason there, and it might be just, maybe you need to look at maybe you smell, I don't know, but I'm not trying to throw out crazy stuff, but I'm just, take it. I do know that I've even told my children now, I said, you know what, I used to look at not opportunities, declinations, or, no, I don't want to work with you. Or when people would leave our networking groups, I would immediately think, what did I do wrong? And it's like, no. And so what you said, Diane, is so good because
But you know what? I want to add something to that. It's also constructive criticism.
Yep.
Like, I have to think, knowing Jack Canfield, he didn't just submit the exact same paperwork to all 144. He tweaked stuff. He said, well, they don't like this, I'm going to change this. Oh, nope, they don't like this, I'm going to. So when something doesn't go right, sometimes you can ask for feedback, sometimes you can't, but not be afraid to examine
exactly.
the offer. And one, it's not always you, it's not always the offer, it's not always the product, it's, but be willing to say, well, maybe I should be doing this just a little bit differently,
Yeah, exactly. That's a really good point. So take it, constructive criticism, use it to your advantage. Honestly, I'm being kind of goofy here, but I put some, I'm going to see what's next. Oh, there we go. So I put this out because I thought this was really important. I do a lot with the Female Entrepreneur Association. I don't know if you guys can see that because I think we've got a window right in the way. But the big secret in life is that there is no big secret. Whatever your goal, you can get there if you're willing to work at it. That's Oprah Winfrey. I don't know if you guys can read that because the bar is coming up right on that. But I actually had that. He's got that. Jack's got that in his book, and I was going to read that as well. But this is another. He's just got a lot of great things. This is Stephen King, who best-selling author with over 50 books in print. Carrie Cujo and The Green Mile, you probably know some of those movies, but talent is cheaper than table salt. What separates talented individuals from a successful one is a lot of hard work. That's what he says. So then the other thing I wanted to make sure we all talk about, definitely, no matter what you do going from here, but the fact that you were here, you put yourself in the presence of people who are also trying to be successful, extraordinary people. And this is Mike Murdoch, who actually is an author of a book called The Leadership Secrets of Jesus. So whatever you believe, but I would just say, he says, pay any price to stay in the presence of extraordinary people. So when I'm looking at this mastermind program and everything, I've had a lot of people say, well, I paid thousands of dollars to be part of a mastermind. That's where I'd like to see us go. A lot of the people that have been part of our program haven't, I don't know that they could afford that. So I'm not sure that that's going to be, but it is important. What is it? What is it? You're the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Whatever, you guys all know that.
Yep. I love that.
Yeah. And I know I've got that somewhere. Where did I find it? Well, anyway, this is a world-renowned, you'll get this, world-renowned marine artist. There are 2 types of people, anchors and motors. He's a marine artist. So guys, here he goes. You want to lose the anchors and get with the motors because the motors are going somewhere and they're having a lot more fun. The anchors will just drag you down. So he says that. I thought that was kind of funny. And I know, I think it's Jim Rohn that says Jim Rohn is the one who says the 5, golly gracious, where did I put that? The 5 people, yeah, and I don't know where that is, darn it. Okay. Okay, but we do want to hit on real quick, Mother Teresa, the winner of the Nobel Peace Prize, said, there is more hunger for love and appreciation in this world than there is for bread. So I would just like to say, if you are not taking the time to be more like Nicole, I would suggest you do, because you're going to do a lot more. And I just tell her that because when she came along, I'm like, I can't believe somebody is this appreciative of things. And she's always appreciative of everything. 46% of employees leaving a company do so because they feel unappreciated. 61% say their bosses don't place much importance on them as people. And 88% say they do not receive acknowledgement for the work they do. They would stay. It's not money. It's they don't get the appreciation that they're looking for. and receiving little plaques and stuff. So acknowledging people in your world that, you know, are doing something that you really appreciate is a big, big deal. So I want to thank you very much. We're not done yet, but let me see, what did I put? Oh, I found this on, right now, I have this make your own kind of music is my my blog that Nicole's helping me with as I'm morphing it. But there's, if you can see the little birds there, and it says there's a voice that doesn't use words. Listen to what you are saying to yourself, what your inner voice is telling you, and it will tell you, it won't lead you down the wrong path. It will take you down the right one. I don't know why, maybe Nicole, we're sitting there today talking about stuff and I'm thinking, there's so many times that I thought, you know what, am I doing the right thing? I just feel like I can bring people together in ways that I don't know. I really don't know, but it's that little voice and those little bluebirds sitting there. So if you see this on Facebook, just know that it's because I had it ready to go. I can't remember what I put next. Oh yeah. So you're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting. So get on your way. If you don't remember, and Diane, you weren't with us at the very beginning, and I don't think Danielle was either. Our very first meeting was Dr. Seuss's birthday. And we talked about Dr. Seuss. And I don't know if I put on here, oh yes, you have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. And we just talked about the lessons we learned. I had a silly Dr. Seuss hat on and everything else. So it was a lot.
Dr. Seuss.
And there's so many lessons that we can take from him. So I would just say, I want to really thank you. I want to take a minute though to just ask if you can direct message me. I think our question really is, how did this Success Connect Mastermind complement your business? Just message me. You don't have to message the whole group. I will give you, let's just take a few minutes here and do that. That's the survey for today. So
Could you repeat that?
yes. How did this Success Connect Mastermind program, what you got, because Diane, you weren't here for the whole thing. Danielle kind of started a little bit. What did it bring anything specifically to your program? And if you say, yeah, Linda was awesome, that'll be fine. I just want to know what's working, what's not, as we kind of refine and get ready for, we'll have one probably either August or September. I put that out there to you guys, I think it was. I don't know, we'll probably take a kind of a tally and see where we are. Even with the world maybe opening up again to a certain degree, we're going to keep the mastermind online like this because we can reach so many more people. And we're going to keep everything as much as we can. Like we have a speed networking that's coming up in June. We have all kinds of things that our members and other people are. Diane, we'd love to have you share more. And Danielle, you're going to be part of this other thing that I can't tell all about right yet. It is called Ignite, and we're going to have that starting shortly. Is that a word? I think my husband's used shortly, and I don't like that word. Is that a word? Okay. He also uses other words I don't think are real words. So anyway, so I am going to save the chat, and I will keep it for me. I'm not going to necessarily send it to anybody. I think I would hope that you have connected with each other, and that even if you just keep in touch with each other, find each other. I'm so glad, Diane, because before you joined us, Diane, I didn't know how to find you I think I found you, but I wasn't sure if it was the right one. Danielle was the same way because Danielle had something, and thank God we talked about different things on Facebook. You have it, it's there. I just don't think you had a picture or something, right? Do you have a picture now?
No, not yet.
Okay. So we need to connect. And if you're on LinkedIn, that kind of thing. What else? Okay, I am going to send out a thank you email that will have a lot of different things in it, some surprises that I hope that you will utilize and share. And was there something, Nicole, we were talking about something else. Did I miss it? Is that it?
I think that's it. I think
it was just that there's a couple things we're going to get to everybody through that email. Nicole, do you wanna, anybody got anything going on that you would like to? We've got about 3 minutes. Anybody
well,
want to share?
Well, yeah, we were gonna mention some other stuff, some next things coming up, like your tomorrow night. You have, and I love this. I cannot wait for tomorrow night because I've seen some of your ideas, and I am just so excited. And so tomorrow's 5/26. It's your 5 p.m. and this is cute. So if you're driving home, just put Jennifer on.
Oh yeah, that'll be just what they want to listen to.
No, but it's good because it's inspiring, it's motivating, it's why should I network for my business, right? Did I say it right?
Right, exactly. Good point. I didn't get a chance to add the stuff, but if you go to we would welcome you to find our Facebook page with TTR Networking and connect with Nicole and I. If you haven't already, we'll make sure but tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern, I'm sorry, Danielle, that's probably really late for you.
It's no problem. She'll get up at 1 a.m. She has no problem.
But we're doing
but they will be recorded. So every month we have a theme of the month. And this one is making the connection. And I literally, with working with Linda, we've had people who look at me when we're on a Zoom call and they say, why would I need this? Why do I need to network? And it's like, I want to reach through the thing and why would you not? Why would you? But literally we have put it out and we're going to do something every month with the Eventbrite end of it so you can register. But if you guys want to be on it and you just want to join in, I'll send you the Zoom link. I'll try to send that out either today or tomorrow, but it's at 5 p.m. Eastern. And it's not like I'm going to say anything that's, I think you already know in this group, but there are so many benefits to networking that people don't even think about. They really don't. And somebody totally brand new to networking might say, I just don't know how I don't know how people can build a business without networking. And then Nicole, you have your cards and chill on Friday morning. Yeah, Friday mornings at 9 a.m. Eastern. It's kind of like our social time online where we're ending the week with gratitude. If you can think of just one person, some of us write cards physically, get a piece of paper, cards lying around. Some of us, maybe it's a text you want to send to somebody. Maybe it's an email. Maybe there's, we have themes, teacher appreciation, who can you thank? And just send that love out, even if it's not a thank you, maybe it's a condolence card or something, just get it out. You're thinking of them. We have some other people in our send out card world that they get together and they had their theme was the funeral directors. Mm-hmm. It's like funeral directors, but there were people in the group that literally they wanted to send out because they had families, they'd been in the middle of a family, emergency and they didn't and you think just go through it. You don't think about it. It's just so shocking.
So taking that time.
Thank them.
Taking that time. And I know we have a holiday weekend and everything, but I don't know. Is we've got I think we're done, but anybody got anything that you would like to share? Or I know that we're going to do the Ignite. I've already broken that. Look for the date because Danielle and I have to confirm that, but I actually had some different thoughts, but it is a program that is brand new to TTR and we're going to launch it soon. So Danielle, I will email you because we do need to confirm that. Anybody else? Anything else? You guys are wonderful people. I know I see most of you, Danielle and Diane, I don't. So please, please, please don't be strangers. And if there's anything that we can do, I will send you out an email that's going to have some goodies attached to it, including the recording from today. And we do have a Facebook group. I really don't know that anybody in this group has really gone on there and done much, but we will do our best to, as we transition into different things, make sure that I hope you're getting our emails and all of that. So you guys are just wonderful. And I just wish you all the best. And I'm not saying that this is goodbye. It's just till next time, because I think we've got so many things we can do together. And thank you very much, Angie and Nicole and Linda, if she were on here, for helping us get this launched this time. I'm very excited about what we can do next time. And I would say, if you're interested in being part of the Success Connect, don't come into it thinking, oh, they're going to do all the same stuff. That's not, maybe some of the main principles, but every group is different and every person brings, what, did I miss no, I know it, it's for tomorrow. You have to join us tomorrow. That's all I'm going to tell you. I was thinking there's a slide I missed. Nope, that's for tomorrow's presentation. So hopefully you guys ladies can all join us. And Jim, I know, is going to hang around TTR for a while because he hasn't gotten enough of us yet, even though he moved off to Missouri, right? Or no, St. Louis. No,
Yeah, St. Louis, Missouri.
Louis.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, yeah. Thank you all very
Thank
much.
you all.
And
So
I
nice
love
to
you
see
all.
you.
Be safe, please. Take it easy. And it's so good to see you. Have a good night.
You too.
You too.
Thank
night,
you.
everyone.
Thanks.
Bye.